Hello and welcome into a very quick ramble vid, and this is very quick impromptu to the point of I'm doing Mario Kart yet again because it's something that I just had available and I am just going to have basic stock footage. There also might be a dog because apparently my neighbour's dog just started to bark, so apologies if that gets picked up, or the darts because one of them is playing darts again. Yeah, not trying to vent. Today's video is essentially about the fact that I love one of the best things about the hobbyism side of video gaming. I have always been the kind of hobbyist who use your hobby to pay for your hobby type of person. I don't keep everything. I wish I had the money in the room to be able to keep everything, but I absolutely don't keep everything. And obviously, as I've been putting up videos about the 3DS, you know that I've been buying stuff for my 3DS, and I need to talk about the fact that I've just ordered something, just got something, and it's right. I need to get there. That's the end. This is the... So on top of buying cartridges, I've been obviously buying cases. I never managed to get the Hylian Shield case for the 3DS, so I got that. I am also once again reminded how Sony's lack of whimsy from this era, because it is absolutely maddening. The fact that you can't get a good theme case for the PlayStation Vita or anything. There was no Kratos Blade, there was no Loco Roco Ball, there was, there's so many things they could have done that would have been playful for the PSP and the Vita, and it's just, no, this is boring stock generic cases. We'll give you them in different colours, and we'll even give you one in Nintendo Red, because why not? But yeah, with Nintendo though, you can get Pokeballs, you can get so many Pokemon ones, actually, I've seen a bunch. You can get ones shaped like Princess Peach's dress. There's so much variety, and I never got the Hylian Shield one, so I got that. But then also, with the new 3DS, they did faceplates, and I sold all my 3DSs. I sold all my faceplates as well. I had the Ambassador Edition. I had all of that. So the Smash Bros. Plates, the Nintendo ones. It really was a decent collection. And again, I can't keep everything. I know I can't. I use my hobby to get my hobby. And sometimes all of this is circular. So it's a case of what's not bringing me joy anymore. And at this moment in time, those 3DSs were not bringing me joy. In that case, it was actually to help pay for things for my room, but I did also get some stuff for my PC. And all of this is obviously adding to a different hobby, the recording stuff on YouTube again. So use your hobby to pay for your hobby type thing when it comes to selling old video games. Well, I sold all my faceplates. And in getting the new 3DS pack, I got the KK Slider ones. Never had them before, always wanted them. But I kept thinking, I know fine well the ones I want are the Smash Bros. Ones. It is weird to say that you are good at something that is a kind of mess skill that'll never really help anyone. I'm good at eBay. I'm actually pretty damned good at eBay. I've been using the site for a long time, and I go very dormant, very, very dormant. I haven't sold anything in close to 10 years, and I have to be careful with how much that I actually do sell. I have to, there's a lot of things with even private sellers on eBay are, they have to be careful not to go too much so they don't class you as a business. And thankfully, I never go anywhere near that, because again, on top of going dormant for so many years, I don't deal in things that are that valuable. As much as I am seeing obviously all these 3DSs and that, this was before a lot of these rules came in, and I didn't sell all 6 of them, or was it 7? All 7 of them at the same time, and there's yearly resets, so it's sell a couple this year, sell a couple that year, because this is the other thing, always have stuff to be, keep in reserve. At the moment, with the 3DS I bought, it actually came with a bunch of faceplates that I just really don't want, so I'll sell those next year, and they'll fund something else. It might get to the point where I actually sell this 3DS on again. But it might get to a point where I buy things back. And this is why I've tried to set up as many avenues as I can. I wanted my Smash Brothers faceplates back. I think I got them. The actual ones. I'm being as genuine as I can here. My Smash Brothers plates, because it came with the Ambassador Edition, it came with a defect. And the defect drove me quite mad because of OCD reasons, and it came with a defect where it had the appearance of cracking under the skin, essentially, and it was on specific corners, and it was a very notable defect, and I had to sell them, and I had to list pictures of them, because I'm very honest with my eBay listings. I don't like the people who just ignore these things, which on a technicality, the person I bought these off is guilty of that. They didn't mention the defect. Now, maybe they just genuinely didn't realise. Maybe they truly did not realise this was a defect. But I knew it was a defect, and I knew I couldn't ever get it replaced from Nintendo. So the fact that I've just opened these and wiped them down and everything, give them a clean, made sure that they were okay, made sure that they truly were genuine and everything, and my eye just naturally went to where the defect was, because I'm like, I remember when there was why is the defect there? I think these are mine. I genuinely think I've somehow managed to buy back my exact fucking Smash Brothers plates, unless this was a widespread defect, which it could very well be, and even then, because of what the defect is, with the pattern of how the crackling essentially looks like, it's the same pattern, the exact same crackling pattern. I know the image. Again, OCD. It drove me slightly mad. I didn't actually used to put these on my 3DS because of that, because of OCD issues I had. This is definitely one of those major growth moments. I was so happy to see that defect, because it's like, oh my god, these are my fucking plates. How the fuck have I just got back my fucking plates? What the chances of 10 years on or so after selling these fucking things, buying them back for a treat for myself, and them being my fucking plates? I'm trying to find pictures, because I know fine well I'll have took the pictures. The problem is, 10 years is a long time, and I don't keep pictures around on my phone, and I've changed phones, so there's a lot of things like that that I know I don't have there, but I figure there's got to be some record. Because these old eBay listings, sometimes you do see them come up on YouTube videos, you know. Sometimes it's people like, oh, look at what sold like 25 years ago. Maybe there is somewhere out there, because I have got some of the most crystal clear pictures of the fucking defect in existence. I need to find them to fully confirm, but I'm pretty fucking sure these are mine. And that is absolutely wild to me. And yeah, this is one of the weirdest things to ever bring me fucking joy. To go from the fact that I hated seeing that defect to now it's like, oh my god, they're mine. And I'm actually going to put them on. I'm going to wear them, because on top of the OCD side of things getting a little bit better, because I've done a lot of work on that. It's still not perfect, but now I especially don't see that as a defect. I see that as, holy shit, that's mine. You know? Yeah, it's absolutely wild. And I need to end this video soon, because I actually have something coming up. Like, I always watch a daily podcast that's always live at this time, and there's a lot of people I actually talk to there. It's one of the only communities of people where I actually can talk and be me, and I don't find, well, people are very safe around the queer, so yeah, it's I do need to get to that, but there is a little bit of other stuff that I would like to still bring up while I'm talking about using the hobby, fund a hobby type thing. It's one of the weirdest things, and it's the only part of the hook that I couldn't set up with that story. I wanted to also say, on top of being good with eBay, one of the things that my competitive nature does, I compete with past me all the time. And I wanted to explain that when I sell something, and then if it does become a case of I buy it back, I try to beat myself. I'll be like, I know exactly what I sold that for, when I sold that for, and I know because of the price of inflation and everything, how things go up, I know what price I need to get that at to feel like I've actually managed to own a product, sell a product, buy the product back, and basically not actually spent more money, to have actually earned money. So essentially just like, it's the world's worst interest. I'm not talking about huge amounts of things here. It could be as simple as I sold something for £35 and then in 8 years time buy it back for £32, and I'll be like, I've just made myself £4. I own the same thing, I just basically give myself money in the future, £4 from now, you know. It's silly little things like that. It's kind of the whole eccentricities, the whimsy that I just try to put into owning a product, essentially, because we are in a society where owning things is kind of unfortunately important, and it's why we do all actually care for our systems, you know. There is this weird joy. There's all the people who go, I got my first car back, and they do actually try to hunt down their original car. The fact that I've just managed to potentially do this accidentally with my faceplates is the first time that that's ever happened. I've bought stuff back before, and sometimes it'll be oh, well, yes, I did technically earn myself, like 8 years ago, I earned myself £4 right now, but the quality's a little worse. Sometimes it's, you know what, I actually lost a little bit of money, but mine had this little defect there, and this one is in absolute pristine condition. I'll take that as a win. Sometimes it's a little bit of both. Sometimes I'll have made £2 and it's in better condition, and I'm like, well, that's definitely a win, you know? I see things like that as a little bit weird. I fully admit it, though. But yeah, the weird joy that all of this has brought me, like the collection part of it, the hobbyist part of it. It's all the little ways that you interact with the hobby, and buying and selling is something that I am actually pretty decent at. One of the best things I ever did, I think it was Gradius. It's whatever the PSP Gradius game was. It like they made a collection of them, and you can get the Salamander collection, the Parodius collection, which I really wish I could get things like that these days. I probably will be able to on the Vita that I've just got thinking about it, but and I really love the collections. But Gradius was one that I was like, I played through it all, and I liked it, but I had so many shmup collections at that point, I was like, am I in love with it? Not really. But I only paid £12 for it. £12 absolutely fuck all. I'll keep this in the collection. I don't know how I found out, but I suddenly went on, and it's like, I think it must have been because I still had the search history of searching to buy it for £12. It was like, hey, Gradius is now up for 55, 65, 75. I'm like, what? Wait, what? Like, UMD only. I think they were called UMDs, Universal Media Disc on the PSP. UMD only, £55. Mine was boxed, like, had everything pristine condition. And again, paid £12 for it. I went straight on eBay and I was like, why are these going for 70 quid now in the condition I've got? Whacked straight up, because it's like, for £12, I'll keep you for more than 5 times your value, or exactly 5 times your value by the time I pay fees, postage and everything. Gradius paid for 2 other PSP games that week. It was just like, it went up. I actually tried to cut a deal and tried to just accept a little bit less, because this is one of the things I always do, especially, I am the person who does the best offer. I live in the best offer. I tend to know exactly what to offer someone to know they'll accept it. Especially now that auto accept is on these days, and I tend to be able to counter people when they offer me, and I'm like, I know what price you're willing to pay, and I definitely know what price I'm willing to accept, and it's this. I'm decent at haggling, I guess. It's just one of those weird things, and it'll be the autism pattern recognition. It really will. It'll just also be understanding human behaviour that a lot of people round to 5. So the amount of times that you get that weird offer, and it's like 32, 37, and I'm like, okay, so if I counter this, I understand you're doing the postage. You're factoring in the postage. My offer has to not include postage, because otherwise you won't see that. That's why you rejected my offer. I understand that. So then as soon as I said back and it was a multiplication of 5, it's like instant acceptance. And that's the weird shit that I do as well. As soon as I noticed other people were doing it, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I shouldn't be including... Like, I only want to pay £35. Of course I'm not going to factor in the £2.50 postage to that. Like, that just makes common sense to me, because that's exactly how I am. But yeah, very weird ramble vid. And honestly, if you are the kind of person... And I have to use eBay, unfortunately, because the whole chronically ill trapped in the house type thing, I can't just go to local shops. I really wish I fucking could. So, unfortunately, it does mean that I am stuck on there, and... There are a lot of things that I dislike about it. Hell, I literally just spent 35 minutes on customer service today because I've been fucked over by eBay auto-charging me for postage when they shouldn't have, because I was sending to a multiple item. And I've been fucked over by buying a new shell for my new 3DS XL, and the shell just doesn't fit. It's completely warped. I could not get a refund, no matter how many times I contacted the seller, so I've had to spend 35 minutes on customer support today. And it actually went really, really well by the time I finally got to a human, because of course you get the AI bot first, and I can promise you this, if you do have to talk to a human at any point doing customer support and you get the AI thing, kind of brute force it and understand that the AI does have its limits. Like, if you constantly tell it that you want to speak to a human in different ways, if it gives you an answer and the answer is inadequate, because of course it will be, because you want to speak to a human, tell it, no, this does not help me, I want to speak to a human, because eventually it's coded to go, you know what, I have to put you onto a human. Yeah, it's... As soon as I got to a human, we spent 35 minutes, but I went through every single problem, and they fixed all 5 of them. I only brought up 3. All 5 were problems, but I'm like, I'm not going to be greedy. I'm only going to ask for these 3. But by checking my account, they were like, you seem to be having an issue with this and this. And it's like, yes, I am. Just like, yep, well, we'll get you sorted here as well. And yeah, I'm getting refunded for the defective thing. I'm getting refunded for the postage. And the item that's lost, I'm getting refunded for that as well. So, like, win-win-win type thing. Took 35 minutes, but still. Yeah, weird ramble vid. Don't even know if this will go up. This is just the kind of thing that was on my brain. I wanted to talk about it. But as my pod's starting, I'm going to say it. I've been Sky Fellowship. I truly do hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.